Hello BookTube! I've got a fun video for you today, and today I'm going to be talking about my auto-buy authors. These are authors that whenever they release a book, I'm interested, I'm seated. If I even like it, I may even buy it, like physically instead of just audiobooking it. So anyway, I've got like 20 authors here. This is the most I can think of right now. And they're all fiction, non-fiction, and I didn't organize them at all. But yeah, let's get started. So the first author I will happily buy is Emily St. John Mandel. I've loved her novels. I've read all of them, and I really loved all of them. Sorry, I'm looking at them right now. I loved all of them except The Singer's Gun, but I am very much due for a reread with her because it's at least been 4 years since I read her old like back catalogue. But I love Station 11, The Glass Hotel, Sea of Tranquility, like great books. So she's and I discovered her because I was assigned Station 11 in high school, and I was like, I'm just gonna read everything by her, and I loved it. Um, Next, we have Susan Casey. I've talked about her in one of my previous videos. She does amazing nature nonfiction, and we love her. And the same as Sly Montgomery, he done The Soul of an Octopus. I could be wrong about that. And he done What We Know About Chickens, which was lovely, and it came out last year, and I had such a fun time with it. And whenever he releases something, I'm ready to learn about animals. Next, I am seated for Ali Hazelwood. And this is scary because yesterday I found out she's dropping two new books this year, and one of them's two of them are sequels. One of them's for Not in Love, which I hated and was scarred by, and the fact that there's going to be a sequel is something I'm not mentally prepared for. And she's doing a sequel for Bride, and I kind of like Bride because I think that paranormal, like fanficky, like writing she has really combines together really nice. So I'm kind of excited for that. But Wet was awful, and I'll never recover. Next off we have Emily Henry, and I think there is an Emily Henry coming out soon. Um, I like Emily Henry. I liked Beach Read and People Would Meet on Vacation. Those are probably um, two of my favorites. Everything else has been a bit hit and miss in terms of I've only read her romance, and Funny People was fine, and that's the only ones I can remember right now. Um, but anyway, who's next? We have Tessa Dare. I Tessa Dare's my queen. She's the reason I fell in love with Regency romances, pretty much like modern ones. Whenever I know she's like on hiatus for years, and I've been waiting for so long, but I am willing to wait for Queen Tessa. And whenever that next book comes out, I will be very ready for it. Next, we have Nora Roberts. And Nora Roberts is a case of someone who um, I'm if I go like Kmart or something and I see her new book on the shelf, I'll have a look at the back because I know what I want from Nora Roberts. Like, I love her thrillers. Her romances can be a bit hit and miss, and I just flat out don't like her. When she does like fantasy, urban fantasy, it just never works for me, at least. And yeah, if she does like a mystery thriller and it sounds good, I'll happily pick it up. The last one I really love from her, if I look at it, Identity. That was such a great thriller from Miss Nora, and I love her so much. In terms of, you may be thinking about, have I read a like JD Robb the In Death series? I've only read the first two years and years ago, but I never kept on going, and I feel like I should commit to it one day and do all 60 something of it because they're like it's still going like 30 years later, and they're in like the 60s in terms of like the series, and maybe I'll catch up one day. So we got Nora, then we have Lucy Parker. She is amazing. Her like London celebrities. She has her. My favorite one was Act Like It, and she does like amazing light-hearted romances, and I love them so much. And this goes into my next author, Rachel Lynn Solomon. Lovely romances. I love her so much. They're contemporary and they're fun and light-hearted, and better than Emily Henry, I think. So yeah, check her out. Next, we have a new one, Douglas Stewart. Because last month or so, I read his two novels and obsessed, addicted. Whenever he drops a new one, I will be here. and prepared for it to get my heart emotionally destroyed. But yeah. Next, we have a lot of romance, but I think we're sort of weaving out. We have Christy Harrison, and I read her when she first came out with Anti Diet, and I loved it so much. I thought it was really effective what she was trying to do. She did do a second book a couple of years ago called The Wellness Trap, and I didn't like it as much because I thought she was like repeating a lot of things she said in her first novel. But knowing me, I'll just keep reading them. Who's next? New author again, Sabrina Jeffries. We love Sabrina Jeffries. Her, oh my, I feel so bad because I can't remember the name, but the Project Duchess, that series, I love it. So it's like one of my favorites ever, and I just want to keep read everything she's ever done because she may be a favorite romance author right now. Who's next? Sorry, Sabrina Jeffries. Amanda Montell. You may know her from Cultish, which I loved when it came out. Word Slut was good too. I did enjoy that. But oh my god, the Year of Magical Thinking or whatever, that was I did not like it. I thought it was so ridiculous. And she doesn't have the best batting average with me, but if she drops a new book, I will always happily check it out. Um, an author that's getting a bit old, but if they decide to drop anything as like, later, before they pass and leave this earth, I will be reading it, and that's Thomas Harris. Um, I'm trying to think of how do I describe my love of Thomas Harris. I love the Hannibal books, except Hannibal Rising. They are some of the greatest thriller books I've ever read. I am such a defender of Hannibal. I don't care what people say. I know it's gonna get me flack, but I love the ending of Hannibal. I don't care. Perfect books. Everything else he wrote, like his first novel, and I can't remember the names of them, but his most recent one. I think they're really good. It's clear. I think it's a bit obvious that magic struck with that Hannibal series, but I feel like if he just published more books, he wouldn't be in the situation he kind of is in, because people only want him to do the Hannibal books. But I feel like if he'd stretched out, if he just wrote more, I think he would have been in that situation. And especially with the Hannibal books, if he kept on going, and just like instead of like if he'd done a sequel to Hannibal and it had a different killer, and I think it would have been interesting to see. But if Thomas Harris decides to release something, I will happily read it. Next we have Robin Hobb. I love The Realm of the Elderlings. I am due for a reread. I have read her the first book in her Soldier's Fortune Son trilogy, and it's been years, and I need to get back to it. But I love Nora. She's literally probably my favorite fantasy author ever. I love her so much, and if she decides to drop anything, I will be seated and ready. We got last four. Next one we have is Mary Doria Russell. I love her. The Sparrow and Children of God is probably my favorite like sci-fi novels ever, and because me and sci-fi don't really get along that much, and so the fact that she done it twice is amazing for me. And I love her other stuff. Doc was really great, but nothing she's written, at least for me, has captured my love. Like, she hasn't clicked the same way she did with The Sparrow. But they are very. She was gonna say, she didn't do, like, if you read The Sparrow, she didn't stick to that type of speculative formula, and she's done a lot of like historicals, and it's some like World War II fiction, and she's really lovely. And if you haven't read her, check her out. This is a fun one. If Prince Harry decides he's gonna, I know because he's got that his publishing deal is for more than one book, and so I am ready, considering that he's going through whatever him and Meghan are going through right now. I am seated for the next Harry book. I love Spare so much. It is one of my favorite. I can literally pick it up and just laugh, and it is amazing. And if he decides to drop anything else, I will happily read it and love it so much. Second last one, we have Jeanette McCurdy. You may know her from she was a child actor, and her book I'm Glad My Mum Died literally shook me. I literally, because I grew up on the TV show she was on, and just the conversation she'd have about um, the like ethicalness of child stars and should we even have like child stars is so amazing, and I loved it so much. And I'm just, fingers crossing she releases more books because I will happily read them. And the last author we have is Caitlin. Oh my god, what's her name? Caitlin Douglas. I think I don't think I finished it. I literally on the list I finished half of her last name and just didn't finish writing it. You may know her for she's the Ask a Mortician lady on YouTube, but her books are lovely. The Smoke Gets in Your Eyes is one of my favorite nonfiction books. Um, she done like a Q&A book where she responded to popular questions about death, and then she has another one, and it's about different like ways people in oh my god, I can't even say this, ways different cultures around the world talk about and practices around death, and that was so lovely and interesting. And yeah, if she decides to drop anything else, I will happily pick it up and read it. So yeah, that's my list of auto by authors. Please let me know in the comments what you think of these authors. If there's any auto by authors that you have, please let me know in the comments. I'll happily check them out. But yeah, thank you so much for watching BookTube, and I'll see you next time.